Hey guys, what's up? How you doing today? Welcome back to this YouTube channel. It's your guy Igor here. In today's video I'll tell you a few things that you should not do or say in Canada. Alright, let's go. Let's talk a little bit about it. I know that majority of you already know how Canada is a nice country, but this guy is trying to run me over already. And yeah, Canadians are generally really nice. Like the guy is honking and he's smiling at the same time. Most of you know that Canadians like to say sorry, even if they don't mean that. And of course, generally safe and a really nice country. But you have to know a few things before you say something dumb here and get yourself in trouble. Hey, how are you?
How's it going?
Good.
What are you shooting?
I'm making a video for YouTube.
Yeah,
Yeah. Alright guys, have a good one. Well, as you can see, everyone wants to find out what you're doing, everyone wants to participate in it, and people are so nice. And that's the general impression that Canada has. And even though it's a free country, you can still not do or say certain things if you don't want to get yourself in trouble, of course. Alright guys, first thing that you should not do is talk negative about hockey, because Canadians, they love this sport and they are very sensitive about it. So if you want to lose a couple of Canadian friends, then you have to say something negative about hockey. So I do not recommend you doing that. Second thing that you should not do in Canada, this one is for my American friends and viewers. Do not try to bring a gun here, please. Across Canadian border, you will most likely get arrested if you try to do that, because Canada doesn't allow any guns in here. Naturally, it's a safe country and you do not really need it here, and do not try to bring one. Call Aboriginal people Indians. Especially don't say Red Indians, because they would be offended, really offended because of that. It's not appropriate, and even those people who are not considered to be Aboriginal people will also not like that kind of expression here. The other thing that you should not do in Canada is talk or criticize LGBT or gay marriages, because in Canada it's widely accepted and it can be hurtful to many people. Plus to everything, if you do that, you can end up in human resources and you can even lose your job. So if you disagree on this topic, don't make a big fuss out of it. Keep it to yourself. Don't offend other people. Do not use too much of dark humor, guys, because in this country people can take it as harassment, they can take it as bullying, and it can lead you in a lot of trouble. Of course, also people here mainly trustworthy, so if you say something dumb, there is a chance that someone would call cops on you of your suspicious behavior or go and complain to you, to your employer, and you don't want that to be happening. Do not give gifts to different employees or government officials. In Canada, it may lead for those people to losing their jobs, being suspended, and it might be considered as bribe and can get you actually arrested, and you can get criminal charges. So tipping is good in Canada, but giving gifts to government officials can be considered as the bribe. And even if it's a company and it's your country celebration, you're trying to give a bottle of whiskey to someone, be careful, because you might put that person in trouble and you can get yourself in trouble as well. However, you are allowed to give a tip to a waitress in a restaurant or a bartender. So yes, you are allowed to give some gifts to some certain occupations, but not to everyone, even if your cultural traditions from your home place allow that. Also guys, stay away and don't talk about gender roles. Canada has equal gender rights, and even if in your home country where you come from there is any difference from here, just don't raise this topic because it's not appropriate here. Also, do not, guys, speak too much in your home language, especially over the phone or with your friends. When you're doing, you're standing with your friends and you're yelling, because lots of people here, well, there's lots of people who will understand what you're saying, and those people who would not understand what you're saying, those people would start thinking that you're talking about themselves, and they would feel uncomfortable. So I do not recommend doing that. Lots of Canadians gave me this feedback. They do not appreciate people standing in line behind them because they think that you're talking about them, maybe criticizing it, and that's why you don't want to speak in English language, to make sure that they don't understand this. If you're coming to Canada, do not try to impose your cultural traditions on everyone here, because people here come from different cultures, from different parts of the world, so you cannot expect someone to be behaving exactly as you are. And lots of people who are born here, they get really irritated if you start telling them how they should behave and how they should dress up or something like that. So do not impose your cultural things onto any individuals when you're here, because it's not going to end up well. Don't be rude to Canadians. Canadians are generally nice people. They would say sorry, they would say thank you, and probably you heard all of that. But if you don't behave according to them, if you're not polite with them, people stop liking you. If someone tells you sorry, excuse me, thank you, you're welcome, and you're being rude to those people and you're being a douchebag, those people are not going to be polite to you anymore, and yeah, it's not good. If you're coming from a culture like myself, where everyone is serious, and politeness, we do have it, but not as much as in Canada, it might consider to be rude not to behave yourself as they are, and it can get you into trouble in future. Alright guys, these are the things that you should not do or say in Canada. If you live here and I forgot to mention something, make sure you leave a comment below, share this video with your friends who are planning to come to Canada, friends or relatives, because this video might be helpful, because once you're here, you're going to probably agree with many things from this list, and if you're here and you do not agree with some point that I said, make sure you shoot a comment below guys. Subscribe to this channel to see more, and we'll see you in next video guys. Have a good one.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.